Hello everyone, my name is Bob Williams, Coldwell Banker Hearthside. For those returning, welcome back. For those tuning in for the first time, great to have you on board. We at Coldwell Banker Hearthside are pleased to welcome you to this video update of important real estate market conditions here in Bucks County for single family homes. Our ongoing objective is to relay current information, trends, and observations. Typically, we look at conditions on a year-to-date basis. Our format this time around is to provide you with a full recap of the year 2010. A 2010, if you will, Bucks County Real Estate Report Card, with a bit of a look ahead to first quarter 2011. So here's the year in review. We're going to look at the full year 2010, 12 months versus full year 2009, 12 months. 12 months over 12 months for comparison's sake. Good trend line. Number one, the number of homes sold, 4,558. Finished at 5.6%, or 271 homes below prior year. Needs a bit of explanation here. After the upward impact of the tax credit expired, a lower sales pace was evident in the second half of the year. So there was a little bit of juice in the front end of the year provided by that tax credit. The dampening sales trend that we saw in October and November from the expiration of the credit improved somewhat in December. Too soon to call it a trend. Stay tuned. Number two, moving to pricing. The homes sold in 2010 sold on average at prices that were approximately 4.3% above the prior year. And it's worthy noting that this positive price momentum has continued in a similar range since midsummer, mid to late last summer. So a fairly consistent trend, staying in that 3 to plus 4% range. So how would you recap, if you will, the 2010 sales volume and price picture? From the brisk double-digit pace reported earlier in 2010, we saw the pace of homes sold moderate after mid-year as the tax credit expired. Prices, however, remained at a positive low single-digit range throughout most of the year. All in, from a pricing perspective, most Bucks County markets ended 2010 at prices last seen in the 2004-2005 time frame, kind of like chopping the top off the mountain, if you will, here to here. Okay, to make the point on pricing, and not really to look at the detail in the graph, I just wanted to point out what I was just discussing regarding prices. Prices in a number of our markets ended 2010. This would be the 2010 chart example. And if you look across, you'll see, generally speaking, most properties are similar to their 2003, 2004 price levels. That's what I was referring to in terms of taking the top off of the mountain. Thought that might help. Turning to homes for sale as of December. The average list price of homes in inventory was down 7% versus last year, while the number of homes on the market is up 10.4% versus the same time last year. Inventory is always taken at a point in time, December to December, for example. Those homes for sale, 4,029 of them, represent 10.6 months of inventory at the current sales pace, which is now about 380 homes. So the brief explanation on the months of inventory, I know we might have talked about that sometimes in the past, but essentially what that means, that it would take, at the current sales pace, 380 homes, the better part of 10 to 11 months to sell the current inventory, assuming no new homes came into inventory, which of course they always do, but it gives you some sense of the pace. Lastly, here's the look ahead that was promised earlier. While we'd love to be able to truly forecast future real estate market conditions, the next best forward-looking indicator we have, and we've talked about this in prior updates, is pending sales. Those contracts that were executed in the current month, typically for closings 45 to 60 days later. So here's the outlook headline. Similar to the month of November, if you saw that update from us, December pending sales for Bucks County were strong, up 5.3% versus December 2009, all without tax credit stimulus. Very important point, because we're comparing a month of pendings in 2010 December versus a month last year that had tax credit juice. This result reversed a negative trend observed in early fall when pending sales were down 30 to 40%, as we might remember us reporting, likely due to the expiring tax credit. As a follow-on to our video updates, you know that we track in detail a number of local markets in Bucks County. The majority of the higher volume tracked markets, those that really have a fair degree of turnover, reported higher or equal pendings. In other words, numbers of contracts struck in the month of December. Markets such as Lower Makefield, Newtown, Buckingham, Middletown, Falls. And here's the interesting point as well. Those are higher volume markets. We also saw the same increased pendings, again, increased contracts in some higher end value markets such as Upper Makefield, Salisbury, and Wrightstown. The stronger pending finish in 2010 could point to a positive first quarter 2011 sales momentum. We need to keep an eye on this. It's an emerging trend going forward, but we will keep an eye on it with you. Well, we've covered a lot of information here today. So again, as always, to obtain key information for any market in Bucks County, contact one of our great Coldwell Banker Hearthside agents, or as always, feel free to visit our management team YouTube channel, which will be posted, youtube.com/CBHTeam. See you next month.